But what does Jing Master mean to you?
Yeah, well, let's first actually step back a little bit and say what is Jing, because first you need to know what you're in the process of mastering here. Jing is the foundational energy of the what are called the three treasures, which are the three main energies that make up the human body. And so those three energies are Jing, Qi, and Shen. And this goes back into Taoist philosophy and Chinese medicinal philosophy. And so Jing is your foundational energy. It's your essence. It's the longevity energy, and it's the energy that really promotes growth and expansion throughout the body. So to be a Jing master, you're living in a way in which you are really being aware of your essence and your foundation at all times. You're living a lifestyle that is constantly striving towards building yourself rather than breaking down yourself. And today, with just this modern day stress and also especially modern day pollution, people have to really be on top of their healthy lifestyle in order to really fortify themselves and detoxify themselves on a daily basis. So you really, if you're not careful, most people, they end up running what is called a qi deficiency. Now, most people have heard of qi in some form, whether it's qigong or tai chi. Those are exercises that cultivate this qi energy. And qi essentially is the energy that you take in and you expend on a daily basis. So it's the energy that you cultivate food from air, from water, and then you use that. But most people today, they're running qi deficiency, so they're expending more energy than they're taking in. Maybe they're not taking in enough nutrition. Maybe they're stressing too much. Maybe they're not sleeping enough. All these things on a daily basis expend qi, and when you expend qi on a daily basis, then you tap into your Jing, and so then you're tapping into your longevity energy, and so it's a really really crucial function for people to constantly be in awareness of how they're managing their energy in order to fortify and protect themselves at all time. And just to finish briefly up on the three treasures there, the third treasure is your Shen, and the Shen is basically your spirit. It's really your connection to everything else in the reality. It's the awareness of oneness, of just that interconnectedness of everything. Modern day terms, you could call it maybe the awareness of a holographic universe, or of the microcosm, macrocosm, how everything is related, to each other.
Very well put. I had the rewarding experience in my initial raw food studies, and how I got into all this, and I was introduced to Chinese herbalism, the different herbal systems, and what really I gravitated most to beyond just the technical applications of herbalism was really the concept of the three treasures, the philosophy on it, and then as you're kind of talking about, really the application of different activities in our life, whether it be through diet, it be through activity, different forms of exercise, how we manage stress, how we can transmute stress into more appropriate funnels to create better energy for ourselves. So the way I look at Jing is just like as you said, it's the core primordial essence that I relate it kind of like to metabolic enzymes in the sense that it's really the battery pack of life. Once our Jing runs out, then we run out, so to speak. And I look at Qi like the animating force. It's the movement. It's the instant energy. And I feel like a lot of people, and you alluded to this too, is that a lot of people are compensating because they are running a Qi deficiency, or maybe maybe a Jing deficiency. They're trying to compensate with the stress and the high pressure of our world by using artificial stimulants or too many stimulants. Even in our field, I know that I've definitely been guilty of this many times, of using natural stimulants a little too much inappropriately, and how that over a span of time starts to leak out our Jing. And through my study with my mentor, and I know he's a good friend and mentor of yours too, George Lamoureux, really taught me about the importance of Shen. And I think you used a perfect analogy, like the holographic universe or the micro and macrocosm. The way I look at Shen is like, it's how you integrate your spirituality into modern day life and how you show up in the world. And so that to me is really a profound philosophy and set of kind of principles to guide our lives. And you're also a student into the Ayurvedic system as well. And I know there's 3 distinct principles that kind of reflect the 3 treasures, right?
Yeah. There's in the Ayurvedic system they have Ojas, which is kind of the Jing equivalent. They're very similar. They have Ojas, Prana, and Tejas, and so there are some differences with those, but the similarities are very, very, very profound. With Ojas pretty much is what we just talked about, Jing. It's related to all those things we just talked about. And also immunity, too. Immunity is another major function of the Jing and the Ojas. The major difference with the philosophy of Jing versus Ojas, I would say, would be actually the location in the body. In Chinese medicine, in the 3 treasure philosophy, they talk about Jing in relation to primarily the kidney and adrenal area, which is why, as we were just talking about, people running a qi deficiency all the time. Here in Western terms, people hit adrenal burnout, and when your adrenals are burned out, you're not making proper hormones, and it's when people just hit a wall. They've just completely hit a wall. They don't have anything left in the gas tank. They can't keep going to the stimulants, as you just talked about. They can't keep going to that stimulation and just artificially pumping their body full of hormones on a daily basis. Their Jing is tapped out, and so that's why we call that adrenal burnout. In Ayurveda, the Ojas is linked actually more to the heart, and there's more of a connection with universal love there. But again, the similarities are really stacked up between the Jing and the Ojas. Prana again is much like the Qi. It's really the intelligent life force that goes through the body. Now in Ayurveda, they talk about how in healing the body from anything, it's the prana. You're removing obstructions to allow the prana to heal the body itself. That's what all healing is, essentially. It's just the removing of the obstacles, whether those are physical toxins, physical blockages, whether those are emotional blockages, however they came about. It's just the removal of the obstruction so that the intelligent life force in the body, the prana or the qi, can really do its thing. And then the tejas. The tejas is sometimes it's translated as luminosity, and that is it's your mental power, and really the power of transformation. And the tejas is linked to the Kundalini energy, which gets more into the yogic side of this and the evolution side of that. But it's related to that on the highest sense, really, with Kundalini energy, which is the spiritual energy of total transformation. But it's governs everything from digestion of food to digestion of thoughts and digestion of emotions.